I'm Jake Bruton, and today on the Build Show, we're at our Hilltop Aarow house. We're going to talk about how this foam and the waterproofing membrane on it are becoming our shower bench. Let's do it now. So the conversation with any waterproof tile shower for me starts with the Schluter family of products. This isn't a overwhelming sales pitch for their product. There are lots of manufacturers on the market that make quality waterproofing materials. You need to make sure that you're following the instructions and that you are really abiding by all of their guidelines. The reason we use Schluter is most of the materials are lightweight and most of the production times are very good for our schedules. So I used to use a product called RedGuard. RedGuard's an okay product. If you follow the actual application instructions, it will cost you 3 to 5 production days. By the time you put a coat of the rubberized coating on, you wait for it to dry, you come back the next day, you put another coat on, you check the mill thickness, you come back the next day. By the time you go through that, that could be 3 days worth of process. I am an hour and a half from being waterproof in this shower, and we have roughly an hour invested in it already. So 3 hours versus 4 to 5 production days. That's why we've gone to using the Schluter family of products. We started with their membrane, which is a roll product that gets thin set onto primed or painted drywall. And now we've transitioned to their Kerdi board. This Kerdi board is 1/2 inch in thickness so that when we align with drywall, we can align perfectly. We also have the ability, sometimes we'll do a 1/4 inch overlay on our drywall, which brings it out so that we can use a Kerdi board and let our tile lay flat with the adjoining surface. The Kerdi board is their membrane on both sides of what I believe is a polyiso foam. We use their fasteners that have a washer on them, and then this will get treated with a little piece of the Kerdi membrane, and then we have one surface with a few penetrations in it that are waterproofed. We have one manufacturer taking care of all of it. The focus of today's video is our bench. We've done plenty of shower benches in the past. We've been doing custom tile showers for 25 years, and I have torn out plenty of benches over the course of my ownership of the company. We used to do a ton of work for an assisted living facility here in Columbia, and I tore out probably 25 of roughly the same assembly benches in tile showers. They were waterproofed okay at best, and then they had a lot of rot. So obviously waterproofing is the #1 priority, and we're taking care of that with our Kerdi board and the Kerdi membrane and having what we know to be a completely waterproof material on the surface first. And then we're taking care of that little bit of rot idea that nothing inside this except for the subfloor and the framing behind the waterproofing is actually something that would be organic that could rot. And the reason I say it like that is we have our face here not quite installed yet. We have the Kerdi board on the wall going all the way down. Our installer with E&J, Brent, he went ahead and fastened another layer of the Kerdi board to the wall with their all set product and then screws just to hold it in place while the thin set dries. And then he cut pieces of their 2-inch board as vertical supports for the bench, and that's it. The board is thin setted along the perimeter to all the walls. It's thin setted to the supports, and it's thin setted to the 1/2 inch panel in the back. And this took him 30 minutes, and we have a bench that is virtually ready. He's waiting to add this piece to the face until those supports have set in place top and bottom. That way he can thin set to those supports. This is rigid enough, and while you could potentially make a divot in this with your fingers, this stuff will support you. This stuff is warranted in this application from the manufacturer, and the crush rating on this is actually higher than the crush rating on like porcelain tile. It's kind of difficult to wrap your head around until you've seen it done, until you've sat on one, until you've felt a shower that was done with the board. But once you've done it a couple times, it's like, oh yeah, I was worried for no reason. The manufacturer's standing behind it. We have no concerns. Our installer stands behind it. They're certified tile installers. They follow everything that TCNA recommends. So we don't have any, nobody's making things up here. We're all doing what's allowed by the manufacturer. But it's one of those things that we still talk to clients about because this could potentially look scary if you didn't understand the system. And best part for us, we have one manufacturer, one warranty in the entire shower. The only thing that's going in the shower that's not made by them are the plumbing parts, as in the supply lines, the tile, and the grout. Everything else, from thin set to the fasteners to the board to the waterproofing membrane, everything is one manufacturer, one warranty. So I recommend looking into the Schluter family of products, but I also really recommend using their product for things like this. When you're building inside a wet area, let's do it with foam that's not going to swell if it soaks up a tiny bit of moisture. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. Mr. Reisinger sends out an email every week that gives you Brent Hull, Wade Paquin, Steve Basic, and myself's new content. You get awesome videos from all those guys. We're really happy to be involved. I'm really impressed with the content that those guys are putting out, and I'm really happy that they treat me as a peer and allow me to make videos as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's jake.bruton on Instagram. Till next time, thanks for watching.